Hello everyone, I hope you can see me all right. Today I'm going to present a new project to you. It's a little bit of not a tutorial but a how-to video, and I'm gonna use some stuff from one of the collaboration companies I mentioned recently. It's Craspire. So I'm working on my Clover project now, and big journal, and I would like to show some piece that will go as an addition to it. So for that, I'm gonna be making the envelope flap and or folded envelope, book of an envelope. I just don't know, call it whatever. But for that, we're gonna need two envelopes, absolutely different will go. I am using this one, this tiny size of Craspire envelope set I got just because I want to try a smaller one, and they look kind of very nice. And as well, what we will need here is a cutting machine, any type, or scissors, whatsoever. I also have prepared an assortment of different tiny pages, book pages, dictionary pages from my friends, some in German, some in French, and some pads, cards from the library. These are real old library tags that were used to glue on the book covers. They are provided by my friend. She's a library worker, and this is the set, another set of paper, tiny pages from Craspire. I will use them as a decoration here. Also, I am going to use some pages from that old tear off, I don't know how you call it in English, but we call them something like tear off calendar. It's just every day you put it, fix it on the wall, and every day you tear off a page, and you get a new date always ready. This, and on the back side we always have some useful information written. This one is about herbalism. It's called Herbal Book or Book of Herbcraft or something like that. Also, I probably will use these die cut frames, but they are pretty, as you see, flexible and thin, so I took two in order to, I will glue them together in order to make them sturdier, but I'm not sure about this. And stickers, an arrangement and assortment of stickers of different kinds to embellish the inside. So what we're gonna do first of all is we need to cut the sides. You might have seen this in many other videos from other professionals. I'm just gonna do one of those, and again, it's not a tutorial, it's more of a process video. So I'm cutting off the tiniest amount, like 1 millimeter, because I just don't need to lose it, and I just need it to flip open. I cut as little as possible. Okay, my cutting machine is not the best, but definitely it doesn't have this grid, which can be really helping. But when I was buying it, I was looking for something not too big, because I live in a very tiny apartment with very small craft space that I share with my study, my working space. That's why for me the size of this machine was one of the first biggest requirements. And more than that, I also needed this knife or die, let's say, to be not to get blunt too soon, because the ones I used to have, they were getting blunt after 2 or 3 weeks of being actively used. This one is okay in this respect, but it's not very good because you can't align your paper on the right side. I always can only use the left side grid, and it's not always convenient. That's it, by the way. So we have 2 envelopes now. We will need, let me see if I need it or not. Probably I won't need it, yeah. And that's enough, and I'll put it aside. As you see, I even put some string to it to be able to put it on some hook on the wall in order to save space, but looks like no hooks can hold it. It's too heavy. So now it's just falling here and there unless I need it. Let's see these 2 envelopes. What we should do next, what I will do next. Actually, I'm gonna do it in a little bit different way, not the same way as I saw it in some videos. I'm not gonna cut off this part. I'm gonna use it as an envelope itself. So what we'll do now, we can glue these 2 pieces together and see what we get. Before I do it, I need to make sure this fits well. Yes, but I think I will cut off a little bit of just to give it better grip. When I glue them all down, it's better to have it more even. Let's see what we have. Yeah, something like that. As I see, this can work right this way. Let's do it. I'm gonna use today this glue. It's so-called liquid scotch, as I showed you in one of my previous videos, in the video about seed shaker. It's a failure. I must say that for the purpose I bought it, it didn't work. It failed. I bought it to fix acrylics, acetate, pages and parts elements to paper, and it failed. Oh, you see, but it stays here. It failed. It's not a problem because we are going to cover it, so now it's not a big deal. But yeah, the fingers become very sticky after using it. Come on, I don't know how. Some pieces probably left here. But when it comes to gluing things together, I think I will only be able to use it for paper. Let's see how much I should do. I should glue cover. I think I will trace it with, I could trace it if I had some pen or pencil at hand, but I'm afraid to shake off the camera, which is, as I told you, fixed to my headset, my headphones with a wire, and they go horribly together. Not a problem if I have some lines left on this or that side, because all of those, as I mentioned, will go. They all will be covered. And now I need to clean my fingers. I'm sorry, guys, but this is the process, you know. This is how it works. I believe you all know it yourselves. So I'll cover it just with a very basic, very worn out brush. I used it for the same medium, and so it's now it's interesting how this glue dries. It's flexible. It doesn't dry hard. It dries soft. It's, as far as I understand, it creates kind of a very sticky film on the surface. And as for the paper, it keeps the paper well. But as for anything harder, it doesn't. Although it's written here that it must. Okay, this is life. Now I'm gonna glue it. Try not to touch with my fingers, otherwise I will get sticky. And it will be difficult, really difficult to touch anything else. Now it will be difficult even to... yeah, there is one disadvantage in this glue. Big one. Once you put it, it doesn't let you move the paper. Like once you stick it, it sticks. So I think I will do it this way. The way the Scotch does, or the way they... Well, we call it Scotch. I know it's a name for whiskey, so let's call it not a Scotch, not the sticky tape. But it's easy to take it away, remove it with fingers or with some fabric or something like that. So that's... let me take another gadget and tool to make it even. I'm sorry, I have to move sometimes if the camera is shaking. That's my bad. I'm planning to buy a wireless mic for recordings, but I haven't bought it yet, so this is what I have. So let's see what we can do now. So now we're gonna flip it this way and this way and make sure it fits, but it doesn't, as you see, right? Because it's like way bigger. This part is a little bit bigger than the main, so that's not a problem. I will just have to score. Yep, this one fits okay as we see it. I believe so. It's about some 2 millimeters. I believe we will have to score this one. Yes, you can do the measurements, or you don't have to do the measurements. Just let's do it this way now. And also, I think I will have to cut it off because otherwise it won't fit into that piece. Let me put a line here. As I want it to be an envelope, I'll do it this way. Now again, it was too fast for me to get rid of this cutting machine. Let's put it back. I know I need to close this glue, but I'm afraid to touch it now. Okay, where is more? Oh, yeah, here it is. Here is my mark. And one more thing I don't like about it, it's really hard to provide straight lines. Like it can cut off some millimeter difference from top to bottom, and then this difference when it comes to bigger pages or decorative elements, this difference can be really dramatic. Okay, I'll close it. Come on. And put it aside. So let's move on. What we have it. In fact, literally we have it. I just need to make it. Let's check that it's maybe that's the point. I scored the wrong one. Yes, this time it should be okay, nice and even. There will be a closure here. I will show how closure with a brad and a thread, but now we will decorate it. I am not cutting off this piece because I would like to make it into a pocket, side pocket. Now what we have is just to decorate it, to cover it first of all with all this book pages stuff that we have. As you see, it's really small, and so book pages or tags or whatever you have. I have these tiny pieces. It's probably in, yeah, I believe it's something Swedish. Yep, probably it's from Dita in her generous Happy Mail sets. She sent some to me, and I think I can use some of them here. If it's 1 page, no, it's 2 pages. Well, perfect. I'm just not too sure how to cut it off. I think I will start with from here. Yes, I'm not now distressing the edges because I'm gonna do that later, and I think it will be okay if some parts of the page stick out, because I will then cut all the excess all together when it's done. So let's glue the first part. Yeah, I think this one is better because it has some difference in texture. Oh well, now it's gonna be a challenge to glue it with this sticky piece. Actually, I normally I don't use this type of glue. It's experimental and probably the first and the last time. As much as I don't trust hard sticky tape, sticky tape, because it always dries off. Always, like, doesn't matter what make or what manufacturer. In a year or two, any type of sticky tape peels off in everything I have made. That's why I never use it anymore, because first it looks okay, but then when people start using the thing I make and it starts to peel off or just fall into pieces because of this tape drying out. That's not the case. Now I prefer to glue everything with very good glue, and the best, even better, is to stitch everything down. So let's see how it works this time. My second problem, apart from having issues with sticky tape, is having issues with how even I put things together. It's impossible for me, and especially with this glue, because you see, as I told you, you cannot move the paper since you glued it. Okay, now I believe I can add a drop here. So when this one dries, I'm not sure whether you have the same, which analogies, I do believe you have, which analogies you have, and whether they are as problematic as this one. Because, in fact, now it's time to cut it off, the excess. I hope you can see everything. Because I'm afraid if this one, it creates the surface which is very close to this sticky surface of a regular tape. But the problem is that I'm not sure if this sticky surface doesn't peel off sometime later, as well as all its hard sisters do. This is it. So it's experimenting, but the way I see it, it keeps pretty sturdy, pretty tight. Like it's difficult to peel it off and even to rub it off the fingers. And yeah, when you peel it off from the paper, it still leaves this, you know, a little bit greasy effect. So I'm trying to be very neat with it, although, as you see, not successfully. Well, let's go this way. Oh God of even edges, please stay with me. Okay, this time, yeah. No, not very much, but better. I think one day, if it's possible. Well, these sides these 2 pages are done. Oh, these sticky fingers. Not very good feeling, you know. Okay, let's add here. I hope it holds nicely. If something goes wrong, I can add more strokes of glue later, but now I need it to be at least fixed. Well, one side is done. Now I believe it's time to go on with some other sides. We have, let me see, this calendar page will be too big. And let's see this. You see, this calendar is just perfect. Perfect size. I think I will use it everywhere now. Perfect, absolutely. Not sure which side to use. Maybe I can use this. Maybe this. And let's say, yeah, this one. Yeah, I think I will use sometimes this side, and maybe, well, yeah, just for the sake of difference, one side can be with the date. If it closes, because I'm not sure. Maybe it's not so perfect no, not so perfect. I will need to cut off some edge. Oh, I'm so bad at cutting off even edges as well, because it's a general problem with lining up. There's something wrong with my, I don't know, altimeter or whatever they call this device that helps you keep your balance. Altimeter? No, altimeter. It's probably the device for measuring the altitude. So I just don't remember this device, but because I don't have it, well, okay. So you see, is it enough? No, it's not. I have to cut it again. This is the worst part of it. Cutting off these edges with the scissors, with all the hands shaking and eyes not being able to keep the line even. And again, I see I'm not even at all. Yes, it shows it immediately. Oh my, I have to do it again. A little bit of this part. So let's see. Yeah, it's not gonna be too fast. I decided to make this just a one long video. Probably it will take some more time because I just don't have time for, editing and yeah, I just edit the settings, the voice and so on. The not the voice, but the volume of the voice. But I definitely have unfortunately time now for making some kind of exquisite films with some special effects, with something different. And I believe there are many YouTubers here who do it. So I'm not gonna compete with anyone, as I simply can't. I just can't give all my free time to YouTubing, because then I will not be able to create anything, because as many of you also have a job and I have a family. Come on, I glued it the wrong way. This is the top. I hope it will go better. Maybe it's gonna be messy today because I'm not very much used to speaking while creating stuff. Yes, I'm not used to that at all. That's why I can get distracted. And as I'm stuck to my camera, I'm not stuck, sorry, word is tied, right, with this headset wire. I'm trying to not to move too much. not to just spoil my setting. Not too even, but generally this journal is not supposed to be that even. Okay, let's see what we have for the following page, which is going to be half a pocket. I think this time I will use the back side of this calendar page. And again, I'll have to, let's see how much I have to cut off. I'll probably do it this way. Yeah, that's gonna be the line. And maybe it will make it easier to cut, but I doubt it, definitely, with my cutting abilities. Nothing will help. But anyway, it's better than using my... Oh no, again it's not... Oh, this time it's not critical because it will be covered with this piece. Okay, let me check that I'm right. Yeah, that I'm doing the right thing. But I see now that I left a smaller flap. Then probably this pocket will be only one. I will fix it only here because otherwise it will be impossible to put anything inside. So let's glue this piece. Inside. I don't know, maybe I have already made this video. I'm not thinking about it. Finally, or unexpectedly, I just thought that probably I have some deja vu effect. Maybe I showed it to you. Maybe not. But definitely not the whole process, because it's a little bit longish. And I tend to do pieces rather than the whole video. Okay, let's use this scoring tool. Okay, this is it. Now I will glue this flap. I'm gonna glue it on one side only, as I told. Yep. And here we are. The first side is ready. Almost, because we need to cover this clip as well. Okay. Then I'm thinking now, before I do it, how I'm gonna close this book. We're gonna have a brad here and a brad here, so it means I have to put it here before I start decorating the things, but after I cover it with something else. So we'll continue. We have now what we have left to cover: this piece, these two sides, and I'm not sure about the flap. Probably I'll leave it as is. Let's see what pages will go there. First, well, maybe. Okay, this will go well. How about this? No, these are too small. Yeah. So I will take these calendar pages again and use the same method for measuring how much I need to cut off. Like this. Not a perfect result, but it will do here, because I'm anyway gonna somehow decorate it later. Okay. I'm just afraid you're gonna be bored, because it's taken me a little bit too long to cover everything. Just let me know if you're bored next time. I'm not gonna do such experiments and show you the whole process. I will probably cut it into pieces. matter how little time I have, but if I do something, I need to do it well, right? That's the problem, yes. So, okay, let's cover. You can see that as this paper of this calendar is very thin, sometimes it gets wet with this glue. It's just interesting. I'm experimenting with it, and then kind of semi-transparent. It's interesting whether when it dries this effect will go or not. I wouldn't like it to stay this way. No, definitely not my glue. Maybe I'll change my mind, but now it's really not very comfortable to work with it. It sticks wherever, and maybe I just need to adjust to using it or get used to its qualities and processes, prepare well, but I don't see the point. Only if it keeps the things forever glued. Oh, at least here. And one more side. One more flip. Let me see. Another page probably from this magazine, from this calendar. As many as I have prepared, I'm using only one. Okay. The text here it just describes different plants. Maybe I'll take something else. Let me see. I'm not gonna change the color. This one looks interesting. Maybe I'll take this. And I can also use it for the flip then. Yes, probably I will do this way. When decorating book pages like that, or pieces like this envelope, kit, set, whatever, I prefer actually to use different types of prints, of pages, book pages for decoration, just to give different impressions and things. Okay, how can I do it this way? And now I need to measure this one. Not sure at all. Maybe it's better to tear it off. Let's first of all try this one. It's smaller and I hope it will go easier. The problem is alignment, like aligning things. That's the problem. And cutting them even. Okay. Oh no. Okay. It's better than nothing. Not that critical. Yes, this way. And a little bit of this way. Well, tell me, ladies, if you know the secret how to do it properly, just tell me. If you have bad eyes for that, like how can I do it? I just don't know. Like without using cutting machine or something to align everything evenly. Just, yes, I have a ruler. I have a triangle ruler. But it doesn't work at all for me. And as long as I don't want to move too much, I am using this. Okay. Well, let's start and let's try to cut it off. Well, let's see what we get here. Oh, we get it pretty right. Okay, let's cover it with glue. sticky stuff. Oh yeah, the case I'm not using my normal glue is because I've run out of it. So I thought, okay, I have this new thing. Okay, old friends, you know. It's nice to experiment and use new things, but it's also nice to have something really well known and working well as well. Okay, this way. There is my bone. Okay. Oh wow. Tell me please how you can see it, like how the whole picture is located, because I actually see nothing. My camera is up above my head, and I don't control these things. Now we have this flip left. Okay, shall I cover it with this piece? Just for the difference of it, yeah, just to make a contrast to the rest. I think, yeah, I'll do this. Okay, this one and this one. Let's do the same trick. Fold it here. Get a scoring line. Oh, come on. I probably need wet wipes to use this glue. Because my fingers are sticky. Okay. I was thinking maybe I need to use, well, not I was thinking. I tried using longer, bigger scissors to get a better lineup. But you know what, right? When you have the hands, the tools won't help. Maybe that's the problem why I can't cut. No, it's a little bit, maybe not. Maybe it's just my eyes that don't see things properly. Well, I will glue this side because there are some pencil marks left here. Okay. As you see, when you keep this, fingers get dirty and covered in this sticky stuff. I can't call it glue, it's sticky stuff. Oh, I probably need to investigate on YouTube how people manage to struggle with it and what they do with it. I definitely will have to use it up because I am the person who is very careful about trying to be very careful about consuming things. I'm trying not to buy too much and too often, at least now when I'm over my house. Okay, my tiny craft space is overflowing with everything. You know, I am not only a journal maker, but I'm also now, it turned out that I'm a stitcher, and that's why you can imagine fabrics, threads, different tools, yeah. And now I will in fact, fix the flaps. Not fix the flaps, but add the closures. As I told you, one piece should go here, one piece should go here. And let me see. So what I'm gonna use for that, I'm gonna use the brads, and I have them somewhere at hand, and I think I'm gonna use the colored ones, not my ordinary metal that I like, you know, this bronze, brass types, and this. 2 brads. Now I'll have to move because I have to take my punching needle or whatever you call it. And let's see. So the first, and yes, I will add. Oh, come on. I will add something else here. Oh, let me check. What do you see? It's a catastrophe. My filming is just a catastrophe. Everything is hanging, all the wires around, all the things that I need are so far. Well, I desperately need this mic thing. Okay, let's see which pieces. I mean, these are just probably simple punch. I have a punch. Like, it's not a die cut, it's just a punch piece. And I need, in fact, 1, 2, 4 of them. 2 for one side, even more. 2 for the other side. Yeah, and inside will be covered somewhere else. Okay, let's take it away. Put it aside. So let's see what we can do. I will put it this way, like somewhere here. Is it the middle? You know, aligning is not my thing. Let it be the middle. Okay, this way is better. Then let me tell you how I'm going to do that here. I'm actually using 2 pieces always, just because, yes, I need to have some soft felting to cut it, but I'm immobile now. Oh, come on. My needle is not very sharp as well. Okay, so as you see, then I do it this way. This one can be sealed, but it's not necessary. Glued together, I mean, but it's not necessary. And I'm going to do this, fix it this way. I don't press it too hard because it needs some space around these pieces to keep the string, because that's going to be the base. And let's see where we can place. It shouldn't be placed too close because then it will be difficult to make this 8 type closure. Probably somewhere here. Again. Not again. Okay, let's do it again. This way, I think, will be great. And that's going to be the second rod, if I haven't yet pulled it away. Same principle. Actually, I normally use something soft, some soft padding. punch things through, but I'm immobile today, and so I'm using what I have at hand, my hands. Oh, something goes wrong today. It's like everything is against me. Things that usually happen and just they are so easy today seem to be the pain. Well, so now the closure will look this way, but it's time for decorating the whole thing. I think I first will use all the decorations, all the stickers, and then I will distress the edges at the closure and show you what we get in the end. So let me put aside all this stuff for the future. Hello everyone. Unfortunately, yesterday when I was filming the first part of the flip through of the process video, my camera unexpectedly went off just in the middle of the process, so I completed it without even noticing something went wrong. So today I'm just gonna show you the final result, and I believe it's pretty obvious. All the stages that I missed are pretty obvious. So let me tell you and demonstrate a little bit. So that's what it looks like when it's opened. Yep, you see I used all these amazing pictures from Craspire, and that's a fold and the pocket where I also added a tiny collage and another tag. In the end it will go to the clover journal, so a little bit of clovers won't spoil the point. Now this is the back side. I also used a piece of Tim Holtz vellum, and you will see that it creates better composition in the end. It's pretty simplistic, and here we have a sticker. So let's do it. Let's wrap it up. I'm not gonna close it with one hand, but you can get the idea of what it looks like. Yeah, it's a picture. Also, it's a pocket. So you see some more clover elements inside. This is the way you close, and then you use this twine just to wind it around these two braids. That's it. I hope that's clear, and the result, I like the result because of the tiny size. It's not as big as usual for such pockets and such envelopes, and this one is just perfect for a small insert into a small pocket. So thank you so much for watching. I hope to join soon, showing you the final stage or some bits of Clover project and some other projects as well. See you soon, and bye bye.